Alright guys, today we're going to be changing the oil on my 2021 Nissan Rogue SL. Alright, so you're going to need your oil filter. I'm going to be using Mobile One. This is the filter I'm using. I'll put it on the description. It's a M1-108A. So they got different brands, so just get the one you prefer. Now for the oil, this is usually the big questions for everybody doing their oil change. I'm gonna be using Castrol Edge for European cars. I'm using 5W40. You might think this is a little too thick. I live in Florida, it's very hot in here, so the harder it gets, the oil gets more lighter. And I know the Nissan say to use 0W20, but this is just my own preference. If you want to go with whatever the car says, use whatever the car tells you, which is 0W20. I'm gonna be using 5W40 for my own preferences. Do your own research. So the oil is up to you guys. This is just what I'm using, and it takes about 5.5 quarts, or 5.4 to 5.6. So I got myself 5 quarts, and I have a little bit more on other bottles. So let's get to it. You will need a 14mm socket or wrench for the drain plug. Also, I have my Nissan in ramps. You don't need to have it in ramps. I just did it because I have it, so I got more access under it. So let's get under there. Now when you come down here, this is one of the things I hate most, is you have this whole cover. It's not plastic, it's like some sort of covering. You will need like a flathead to take all of these. They're all around the cars, so you'll be able to see them all the way around. So just take those off so we can have access to the oil. And now if you come here, that's your oil filter, that little tiny filter, and then here is your 14mm drain plug for your pan. And don't confuse it with your transmission, which is right over here on the right side, driver's side. This will be on your passenger side. So let's get our wrench and get that loose. Okay, so here's our 14mm. Use wrench, whatever you have available. Also make sure you get your washer, and before you change the oil, you turn it on for a couple seconds to get it a little bit warmed up, so that you could get all the gunk from in there. So the filter, which I have right here, and you could do it by hand, or you could get one of these little oil wrenches tools. Or the other way. And now, before, I just wanted to make sure it was loose. I will put my own bucket under it, because always it leaks oil. You could get whatever you want. That's why I got the ramps as well, because I could just put a bucket up there. Oh, what is this? It scares me. And then you could just see, less of a mess. I mean, especially when it's hot. The car was already hot, so there you go. Drop it in there. So you don't have to put oil in the filter. You can if you want to, but what I will do is I'm not gonna put anything in it. I'm just gonna, when I turn it on, I'm just gonna let it all cycle through here, and then obviously recheck it again after I have it on for a while. So, but what we're gonna do is we are gonna do this method, because you don't want this to get stuck next time you're gonna try to take it out. So now you screw it on and screw it on by hand. So it's a little tight. Not very tight, but tight. With a little by hand. So now let me get the brake cleaner. We clean all that off. And now since this is done as well, we're gonna plug that back up. And that's basically it. So make sure this is nice and tight. You could go by check online for your torque specs if you really want to. I will do it by feel. Go add some oil. We're gonna leave this like this just in case there's any leaks, and we have to come back here also to make sure it's not leaking. All right, so now we come to the top with your oil, preferred oil. This is the cap right here. I will put in straight all this 5 quarts right now. Leaking. No leaks. So now let's go turn it on. Okay, now that we're in the car, what I like to do is I like to hit just the ignition. And as you see, you have your maintenance, service due for the engine oil. I'm gonna let it load for a second and I'm gonna turn it on. Now, we're not gonna rev it. We're not gonna do any of that. We're just gonna let it run the engine for, I would say, about 2 minutes to 3 minutes. At least that's how I do it, to let all that oil run through the filter. So while it's on, we will go check, make sure it's not leaking from under the drain plug or the filter. All right, we come down here, no leaks. That's how you know it's good. Okay, now then the car, you know, it's not leaking and it's running. While we do that, we could go now and reset your warning lights for your maintenance. What you want to do is you want to come here, scroll to the left or right until you get to settings, hit OK. Now you want to go scroll down all the way to maintenance, just right there, hit OK. Oil and filter, then you go down and hit reset. Confirm reset, yes. And now it tells you 0 miles out of 5,000. So in the next 5,000 miles you will do your oil change again, and it will let you know. So now you go to the back, make sure that everything is due. See, engine oil service doing 0 miles. Oh, confirm reset, yeah, so it's already reset it. And there you go. And if you have to do your tires or other stuff that you would want to do, and then you would be good. So now what we're gonna do to see if we get those warning bags, we're gonna turn off, we're gonna go turn it back on, we're gonna check to see if we got any warnings. We don't have any warnings, but remember, we're gonna check the oil again. And if you have it on ramps like I do, make sure that we put the cover on the bottom back again, and then we roll it off the ramp so we could check the oil properly while it's level. So we're gonna do that now. All right guys, so I already backed up the car from the ramp so it's nice and level, so we were able to check the engine oil levels properly. I put everything back from the bottom up. Make sure that you check your oil and add whatever's left. Like I said, I added the 5 quarts, then I added half a quart extra in there and checked everything, made sure everything was good. So if you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe and like and comment. Thanks for watching.